Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to really say welcome to Anarchy Online, unfortunately. I'm on a new character, and I wanted to update the series about. I was going to talk about later on how you change characters and etc. But unfortunately, I feel like I may end up retiring the series. I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not enjoying the game as I was hoping before. I'm one of these. I play a bit different. I know a lot of people are like, I'm going to be Omni, I'm going to be neutral, I'm going to be clan, and then they're like, well, I'll just see, what org I want to randomly join, equivalent as a guild, and I kind of play different when AO. I kind of play to, to join a certain community, and it was a bunch of people that I recall having a great time. Unfortunately, that ended up ending a long time ago because my really good real life friend was playing neutral and he wanted to play neutral, and so I kind of put my character on retirement. And I guess, anyways, there must have been an argument or something because I wasn't treating my main character, which was Trim at the time, in that org. I'm not gonna say any org names or anything, but anyways, they weren't, I guess, happy that I wasn't in the org, like actually using that character. Instead, I was in a neutral org on another character, and I don't associate my characters with each other, except I'm pretty open book, so I like to say, you know what, I am playing this other character. And I'm not even sure what happened. I guess there was some kind of heated discussion, and that character ended up being removed. I believe I asked to be removed. That was, partially just to be, polite to the org. Because, they're like a family, and, I felt bad, but they really didn't like other people in other orgs, especially if they're playing it way more than their main character in that org. I mean, it is kind of like spitting them in the face. And unfortunately, actually, a couple of weeks after I left their org, I ended up quitting Anarchy Online. I didn't enjoy it as much, and so over a year later, when I started the series, a few days ago when I started Anarchy Online, I saw they were kicking and alive, and I was so excited to join them again, and I couldn't wait. I was doing this at 7 in the morning, so it was kind of, I kind of was like out of it a bit, but I asked if I can join, and they're like, okay, well, it looks like you had a bit of a debate before, and I said, well, I think it was just because I asked to leave or something, and I guess I didn't end out in a good note. It wasn't like I said, go F yourselves or anything. I think it was just they were disappointed, and I think I just lashed out, and then I ended up asking them to remove me. But it was, I think, probably, like, if I don't even remember, but I think it was supposed to be probably just in respect in the end. But sorry to whoever that was. Unfortunately, I don't recall over a year ago, but that was weighed on my application, my new application, and the person who invited me, he made it sound like, and I think he said it wasn't a big deal. I was talking to him today. Well, not a big deal. I shouldn't say that. He felt like it wouldn't have weighed like a big deal, and I guess he didn't know more what was going on. And so I told the org that I'm doing a movie series and stuff, and that my character Trim, which was the character in the org, I re-invited the same one that used to be in the org, that he was stripped down. He had no items anymore, and that he was just going to be there, more of a temporary type thing. And I wasn't like saying in a disrespect. I explained this to the person who was recruiting me, that I was going to end up actually bringing an alt into the guild right away, and that was like one of my. I even said that as a joke of that. And I said that is my one that's my one deal. That if you want me in the org, as a joke. And clearly he knew that was a joke, and that seemed fine. So I had to decide what I was going to make. I actually made an enforcer. I did half the series as an enforcer, then decided to go as a soldier. And then I realized The second and third time, I wanted to go to a fixer from a soldier. I did up to 11 episodes, and I'm gonna still probably post those eventually if I decide to keep going. I don't know. I guess I need a break. I'm so sad because I'm really happy. This org is like a family to me. I've had some great times, but anyways, yeah. So what happened was we had an argument in org chat. Probably shouldn't have done it in org chat. I was looking for an invite, and it wasn't even I was trying to be an ass or a jerk. Unfortunately, my grammar. I talk a bit better. Apparently, I don't feel like I talk well either. You guys probably notice I seem to be pretty lacking confident when I say words, and I really stutter when I say some certain words. But I try to, communicate that the person told me that I could, and they kind of made it sound like that person wouldn't kind of do that, and I don't know, I got really confused about it, but it wasn't like I was asking for them to invite my alt or, that I wouldn't do this series. I told them I'm doing this series and stuff, and like, well, it's not a big deal. I can join another org, and I didn't mean it in a rude way, like, oh, well, your org is no good, I'll join another one. I meant there was a few people who offered to let me join their org, and I said, well, like, for the video, like, showing you guys what orgs are about, that I would just do that temporarily, because I, like, at the bottom of my heart, I believe orgs are the most important thing about Anarchy Online. Without an organization, you're screwed, and I mean, it's no fun if you get into a 3-player organization. It is if you guys all knock it off and you're best buddies, but the problem is, with time zones and depending when you play, I mean, if you don't find a good organization with a good healthy population, you're gonna be a really lonely, poor person. So I guess I was just trying to explain that. I was just trying to get my character into it so I didn't have to wait 2 weeks just to keep recording the episodes, because I mean, in 2 weeks of playtime on that character or any other character, you could literally get to 200 these days. I am trying to take my time, but the solution was really simple, and we ended up doing it. One of the guys, what was his name? Ross, I believe. I mean, he came up with an easy solution, and I actually asked on the forums after, because I came up with it in my head, but it was just, well, kick my current main one as the recruiter, the recruited character, and invite my new one, because, Trim isn't going to be my main. It was just a placeholder, really. And that seemed really good. I thought, okay, that's good. But then I found out apparently there was a poll, and I got some mixed messages, but apparently when I left the org in the past, over a year ago, apparently I didn't leave in, I guess, in a good, like a good standing. But I was a good standing all before that. As far as I know, I was always a good standing member. I even made it to a unit member. And awesome times back then. I actually posted some screenshots. I had some good times. I remember when there was the new land invasion, the alien invasion, all these the aliens coming down, and I was going towards the light or whatever, and it blew me up, and like 10 of us all died in the middle of this. It was pretty fun, but and Ross actually took me to that, which was pretty sweet. But anyways, he told me about this poll apparently they do in the organization. I don't know if they do this for every single recruit, or if they do this if they have certain questions. Well, first, the poll is really, really private. They don't tell you anything about this poll. I'm not even sure if he was supposed to say much about the poll, but he did, and he said it wasn't looking good. And I tried to clarify things with him, and then I actually made a thread about it. And the thread may have been slightly rude, but it wasn't in a rude way like I was trying to be rude. I was trying to suggest some changes to the polling system, because first of all, one of the problems apparently was because somebody said I wasn't being all honest, that I have Omni characters, or I had Omni characters, and I did in the past. I'm sure I had many. In fact, I think Omni was one of my most played characters, especially back in 2003, probably to 2005, 2006. But like I said, I don't play I don't play Anarchy like online like some people. I'm not really the discriminating Omni versus Clan versus neutral. I've never seen that in me. I've done Tower Wars once, and it was me walking a Tower War, just exploring because I didn't know what was going on, and some tower instantly killed me, and I went crying home. That was my experience in anything that was like PvP related. I don't PvP with players like when you do a duel. A lot of people do that. Apparently AO is really complex for duels, but I pretty much run home crying. And the only ones I ever did was BS. And usually I jump into mech even at like level 200, and everyone's like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" Because usually I can live a little longer in a mech with a lot more health. But besides that, no PvP experience. So it's not like I have this whole Omni versus Clan versus neutral. And I create my characters, like I said, based on the org I wanted to join. And I wanted to go all clan here, and I wanted to join. Oh, I almost said the name there. The certain organization. And it was sad. But anyways, we were talking about the poll system and stuff. So I guess somebody said, "Oh, I didn't list my Omni characters." I would never even think. Basically, I listed what characters I created the last time I played, which was a couple of months or I don't know how long. And I listed all the ones at that time, which was, I believe, 3 neutral characters and then my main clan character. And to me, that I felt that was definitely the information I had. Before that, I don't even know what I put. I said over a year ago when I got accepted. I think I said something like I've been in many organizations or something like that. And so apparently this came up like I was hiding or trying to hide the truth or something, and I didn't even want that. And anyways, a few hours later, actually, the poll apparently gets closed, and the actual recruiter pretty much straight told me, "Oh, sorry, you're not going to be accepted. The poll's being closed now." I think it was like 9-7, which was like 9 against me, 7 for me. And I tried to ask about peeling and things like that, and it's like, "Oh, sorry, the decision's made." And I said, because I wanted to explain what was happening, and I wanted to give more information, and like I felt like the poll was a little too biased because, first of all, not one person who did have a problem with me. If there was 9 people who said no against me, in my beliefs, I feel like those 9 people should have came to me and sent me a message and said, "Hey, we got off bad the other day," or, "Hey, a while ago you made a comment and I hear you suck at grammar, so I was wondering if we could just like clarify it or something." Like, I'm pretty open. I'm telling you guys all this. And my by the way, my Minecraft viewers are gonna be like, "What the hell is this? This is drama like hardcore." But this is the game I love, guys, and we do this on Minecraft all the time. Drama's on the internet, and I guess it's here to stay. But I would have loved them to come up to me and like try to work it out. I mean, I don't even consider them a community or an organization or a guild. I consider them more family. You guys we're like a bunch of people who, there's going to be like 15 people that'll stand out all the time, and we'll probably do lots of raids and grouping, and, they'll teach me the ways, and one of them, I was sad. I didn't even want to do it. I'm going to even try to find out who gave it to me now. I think I took a picture of it even, because I was so amazed. Gave me 20 million credits. You can see it at the bottom of my screen. And I said, no, I don't want to do that. And, you're part of something like part of the family, you're part of the organization, and we're here to help each other. And I thought that was so sweet, but I didn't want to do it because I just felt so bad. And I said, "Well, I'll borrow it." And it's like, no, you just take it. And I thought, well, that's amazing. And I mean, that's not why you join an organization, just to get handouts. To be honest, the best handouts to me are advice and tips. But I don't know. So, you probably are like, "Well, why would you want to join an organization that would do that?" Well, because, there's people like that person who really want to help out. And I guess over the years they just developed a bad habit with this system they have with recruiting people, where they sit in closed doors and they're like, okay, do we want him, or or do we want him or don't we want him? It's like yay or nay kind of thing, and they raise their hands and then they decide, and after that they won't even consider talking to you. Even a company that may have really hated your resume would at least take your new resume and say, well, thanks, we may look into this. Um, so I redid my application on their forums. They have a beautiful form, by the way, and they have a lot of good videos on there, and some sad memories and stuff from you know. I won't go into that, but anyways, I posted a really detailed thread with an apology and telling people, just come to me and tell me, let's work this out. I just want to know what's happening, kind of thing. And, let's work this out type thing. And unfortunately, somebody replied and said it's been voted on already, like a half an hour after I posted the thread, and they just locked it, and that was it. So, I mean, that's case closed. Even if people wanted to talk about it, I guess they're not going to talk about it. I mean, unfortunately, with human society and the way humans work, I mean, even if, say, half the org said, "Oh, well, what's going on here? I like him. Let's give the guy a chance." They will not give me a chance because that's human nature. The people who even have that in their head will not make a comment. They will not post. They won't reply. They can't anyways because the thread was locked. But I mean, it's just nature not to fight and argue. For example, with my Minecraft server, if I were to do a certain task, there will be a couple rebels in there. There is sometimes a couple rebels, but overall, most people will just shut their mouth and they just keep quiet, and they go to to the side, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not going to be part of this," and that is the problem. This is this is the problem with society. I mean, we've turned into the society of trolls and I don't know. Is the term bigots? No, that's a rude term, I think. See, this is the English and grammar thing. But we've turned into just such a corporate society, I guess. That's probably the best way. It's like yay or nay. I mean, this is supposed to be a game where we have a lot of fun. And I mean, some people are like, well, that is so pathetic, this guy making this video on YouTube. But this is a good point. This is Anarchy Online. People get really close. They become friendly. This is probably the only game I've seen probably more than a dozen people in real life meeting through this game and actually getting married in real life. I am not kidding you. People have been playing this game for 10 years, and some people will be playing for another 10 years. But I'm just saying, so it's really sad when this happens, and even when you kind of like do the whole, post another thread and try to appeal it, and they, like it just shows you, like, it's not that I'm desperate. It's more like I really enjoyed my time and I really want to be with the best community that I had that time and fun with. But unfortunately, I guess that's not going to happen right now. I asked, is there another time I could appeal, and it pretty much they pretty much indicated, well, this one individual. It doesn't seem like everyone. I mean, it's weird because the ones that said they weren't against it made comments like, "Oh, I'm really, really sorry," and then org kick, or, "I'm really, really sorry. I understand what's going on here," and they kind of see the confusion. It's like, well, I'll post on the forums exactly what happened kind of here, and then we can work on this type thing. And then an hour later, the poll's closed. It's almost like somebody really, really wanted me out of the org no matter what, and they didn't want to give me a chance. So I kind of feel nerdy making this video, by the way. But it's good to get this off the chest sometimes, though. Especially when I'm a bad typer. I mean, it took me like 3 hours to write that post. I cropped the photos. I even posted 11 photos of... I actually saved some pictures, screenshots of when I used to play with in their org. And I had probably 5 times more screenshots on my one character than I had on my 3 characters in the neutral org that I had to... Well, I didn't have to play with my friend, but I chose to play with my real-life friend. And basically, when I left their org over a year ago, I quit AO after that. Didn't come back for over a year. And the first organization I come crawling to was them, and I thought, oh, this is going to be good. But maybe I'm just too newbie. Maybe that's really the case. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience. I mean, maybe they don't want like another noob in the org. I really don't know. But it's sad, and I mean, yeah, I know there's going to be a bunch of people who are probably going to be like, you can join my org, you can join my org. I mean, that's all sweet and wonderful, but it's not about just joining a random org. It's, you know, the people that you knew, and, you know, and it's also convenience. I mean, time zone convenience. When I'm on in that org, you know, sometimes it's really low when there's only 3 people, but other times there's 20 plus people online. And I can find a group of people. I can ask a question. There's people who have experience of playing, say, a fixer like I'm playing right now for the past 7 years or whatever, and they can give me some, you know, cool information, and, you know, but I guess that won't happen today, and probably not tomorrow, but so I don't know. You guys can leave comments anyways, and yeah, we can, you know, talk about it, I guess, in the comments on YouTube. And you can always talk to me in game, by the way. My character name is Lord, and I will make sure I even post this. I'll post it in like an intro, the drama video. I'll call it the drama video, or a sad day or something. But you know, it feels good though. Get it out of my chest. It feels good. I feel like you guys are like my therapist, and had to get it out. Oh, that made it even worse, didn't it? But I definitely enjoyed talking about it, I guess. And yeah, thanks so much, guys, for listening. And who knows what'll happen. Even though I have this 20 million, by the way, oh, I am so friggin' poor. I was looking at weapons. Here, I'm going to break this conversation up and show you one thing at least, since I haven't shown you anything. If you've been watching this long, things cost so much. I mean, that person gave me 20 million, you think, wow, I am rich. They're selling armor for 800 million credits. Just a piece of chest, for example. This premium beamers, I need a few of them over time, right? And to get a quality level 51, which is probably the epic one, is 25 mil. Now, I could get a cheaper one for 15 mil, but still, $15 million for a level 58 or a QL 58 weapon. Mind you, it's pretty sexy. I would have liked the QL 50. It would have been easier to equip. But they have max benefit skill too. I'm not quite sure how that works. I'm assuming if you have 251 MSG, you'll do, say, maybe 100 damage, and if you have 500, maybe you'll do 150 damage. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but you can see, I'll show you what this weapon looks like at 300 if you want to see something crazy. Oh. Is there any at 300? I could be wrong. I would assume there was, though. It may be a different name. I may have to just do Oh, okay, here you go. Oh, maybe it's only 200? Oh, I guess it's only quality 200. I thought for some reason they went to 300, or maybe that's certain things. 1,000. Actually, you know what? I don't think this is the maxed one. But anyways, you need 1,000, blah, 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 and it does 175 to 425 damage. 1 second. Adds 4 EXP. That's kind of cool. Right hand. Yeah, apparently fixers, this is another thing I'm trying to learn. Fixers use right hand and left hand weapons. So, for example, this is left hand, I believe, or right hand, I mean, right? Oh, no, this is right and left hand. So what that means is I could get 2 of these, and if I get 2 at the same quality level, apparently I could do maybe 10% more damage, so I'm told. But if I get, for example, the premium whatever blaster there, and put it on, I only need to use 1. So, you know, in games when you dual wield, and you'll get like 50% more damage. In this game, apparently, maybe maximum 10, it sounds like. So I'm really, really confused. I'm gonna have to read up on that for sure. But I'm enjoying Fixer. I'm getting owned. I'm getting my butt kicked. In fact, the reason I'm here is because I died again. Um, but overall, I'm really, really enjoying the Fixer. My snares don't seem to work at all in SL with Shadowlands. And when they do work, they work like 5 times in a row, and then all of a sudden I could do it 10 times. And I'm like running for my life, doing it nonstop, and the mob's not working. And then I'm like, oh wait, I have this even higher level snare, and I keep popping it on it, and it won't work. And I'm like, okay, let's try these roots, and it won't work. And no, not one single roots have worked so far. But apparently there's SL roots. So I'm gonna try that later. So apparently roots that are for RK, like all these roots and snares and all that, apparently that's what you're supposed to do. Apparently at level 25 you're supposed to go and do that specialization book, and then you're supposed to apply the root, apparently. I don't know much about that, but I guess I'll ask somebody in trade or whatever, because I don't have any friends anymore. But yeah. Anyways, I'm having a lot of fun with the new character, and I will. I probably just need a break. I'm just a little saddened what's happened the last day with this whole drama with organizations, and it just shows you. I mean, you kind of love the game, and you'll get into the game to the point where you're so sad because something bad happened. But yeah. Anyways, I guess life will go on. I'll try to find something to do. Maybe I'll restart and go neutral. No, I don't want to. I want to be in the one org with all my old friends. But we'll see what happens. Not much more I can say, I guess. Unfortunately, that's all she wrote. I guess is that what I can say? And I thank you guys for the people who've donated a couple items, and thank you for anyone who may consider donating in the future for this little project. And just yeah, leave a message. Just say hi. I feel sad. And if you guys actually watched all the way to here, you guys really should reply to the thread, because it is kind of sad to not see the thread being bumped on the AO forums. But anyways, I guess I'll shut up. You guys probably won't even be watching it to this point. And if you did, you should post in the comment, be like, I watched the whole video. Anyways, thanks guys, and I feel much better, by the way, just talking about this.